Good morning, students. The paper correction is going on, and you'll get the results mostly by today evening or by tomorrow morning. I'll let you know the marks. And today by afternoon, I will upload the answers in the Google Classroom. So, one homework basically write the questions and answers in the test notebook. In between, Rajesh sir is also planning to conduct one test online with some MCQ questions. Prepare for that also. From whatever we have learned so far. Now, I hope that we can continue with haloalkenes and haloarenes. I hope that you have completed the homework and worked out example 10.4, 10.2, 10.3, 4 and 5 as a homework I told you. So far, nobody asked me any doubts. Some name reactions are coming. Finkelstein reaction, Schwartz reaction, then Sandwich reaction. Hope that you are practicing and learning well. Now, let's solve index question number 10.6. Arrange the following compounds in the increasing order of boiling point. So students, if you have a doubt regarding this type of questions, one hint I told you, write the formula. Okay. So by this, I think you can solve the questions very easily. And another thing you have to be noted here is in the increasing order of boiling points, increasing order. So that is the main point, increasing order. If the question is asked to write it in the increasing order, write it in the increasing order, because some students are writing according to their own convenience. Sometimes unknowingly they will write it in the decreasing order and you will not get any mark. So be very careful and read the question properly. So here, chloroethane, bromoethane, dibromomethane, and bromoform. It is written in the increasing order. Increasing order means the compound which is having least boiling point should be written first. Similarly, 1-chloropropane, isopropyl chloride, and 1-chlorobutane. Here branching is happening. So we have learned what happens when branching happens. The boiling point of haloalkanes decreases with increase in branching. You have already learned this concept last class and apply that there. And for alkyl groups, alkyl iodides have more boiling point than alkyl bromides, than alkyl chlorides and alkyl fluorides. So go through the concepts. Then another explanation we can give here is, in addition to this, Ri, Rbr, Rcl, and Rf. Increase in size and mass of halogen atom. Then the magnitude of van der Waals force decreases. So this type of questions you can expect for the board examination. Next, let us study with reactions of haloalkanes. So students, these areas are very, very important. So the first reaction is nucleophilic substitution reaction, elimination reaction, and a reaction with metals. These are the three different reactions of haloalkanes. In this, we are going to learn here nucleophilic substitution reactions like SN2 reaction and SN1 reaction in detail. These two are not included in your syllabus. Now, when we are talking about nucleophilic substitution reaction, last class we have discussed about polarity. The more electronegative element will be having a negative charge and partial negative charge, and the carbon atom will be having a partial positive charge. A substitution reaction actually takes place here, and a halogen atom here, it is this halogen atom, this is called the leaving group, departs as a halide ion. So this halogen atom, this is going to leave as a halide ion. Since the substitution reaction is initiated by a nucleophile, the reaction is also called as nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, so this is an introduction to what is nucleophilic substitution reaction. Next important concept is what are ambident nucleophiles. What do you mean by ambident nucleophiles? This is also very, very important for your examination point of view. Groups like cyanides, that is CN group, and nitrite group. These exhibit these are ambident nucleophiles. Why cyanide ion is an ambident nucleophile? Because cyanide ion CN can be written into resonating structures like this. The cyanide ion CN can be written as two resonance structures like this. If you observe this structure, we can see that the linking can happen through different ways. That is, linking can happen through carbon atom, which forms alkyl cyanides. And if the linking can happen through nitrogen, it leads to isocyanates. The linking happens through carbon atom, it leads to alkyl cyanates, and if the linking happens through nitrogen atom, it leads to isocyanates. Next, another example, nitrite ion. This nitrite ion is also a resonance hybrid of these two structures. So here also, if the linking happens through O, O means oxygen atom, it is called, it will result in the formation of alkyl nitrates. And if the linkage happens through nitrogen atom, it leads to nitroalkanes. Then some questions are asking from this side. That is an in-text question. Haloalkanes reacts with the potassium cyanide to form alkyl cyanates as the main product, while silver cyanide forms isocyanates as the chief product. Explain. This question as such was asked for the board examination. So this is also very, very important. I want you to write all the solved questions also to be written in the classwork. So consider this compound of potassium cyanide. If you write this potassium cyanide, you can write it as ionic equation as K plus and Cn minus. Okay. Actually, potassium cyanide is an ionic compound. Just now we have studied about ambident nucleophiles. So Cn minus cyanide ion is there. So both the carbon atom and nitrogen atoms are in a position to donate electron pairs. The attack takes place mainly through carbon atom and not through nitrogen, because CC bonds are more stronger than CN bonds. Now the explanation for AgCN, silver cyanide. Silver cyanide is covalent. I hope that you may be understanding what is anionic bonding and covalent bonding. So silver cyanide is a covalent compound in nature, and nitrogen is free to donate electron pair, forming isocyanates as the main product. Now let's start with the SN2 reaction and SN1 reaction.